Everybody, Dr. Marty back. We've been talking about functions, we've learned about relations and what a function is. And today we're going to wrap up this review of Unit or Chapter 4 on functions by talking about writing functions. Okay, so when we're thinking about writing functions, there are different words that we might see that might mean different things. And we actually talked about this a little bit when we first talked about kind of our introduction to algebra. So what I've done here is I've broken up the different kind of mathematic operations we might have. So we might have addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, and then there's also equals and parentheses, and what kind of words you might see that mean these things. Okay, so let's start with addition, and this is going to be the easiest one, right? If you see the word add or sum or increased by or more or together or and or plus or combined. These are clues that what you're really supposed to probably be doing is addition. Okay, add, sum, increased by, more, together, and plus combined. So a number x combined with 4 equals something, right? That's going to be x plus 4. A number b increased by 7. 4 more than a number 6. All of these things are going to mean addition. And we're going to get some practice doing this, so we'll see that in a second. But that's going to be addition. So if that's addition, what might be subtraction? Well, obviously the word subtract. Less than. Minus. Pretty straightforward. Makes sense, right? Fewer. Decreased by. And difference. Okay, so we've got subtract, less than, minus, fewer, decreased by, and difference. So you might say 3 fewer than the number a, or 6 less than x equals, or a number c is decreased by 7, right? That would be subtraction. So we have addition, we have subtraction. Let's talk about multiplication. Okay, I'm going to put the word of in the middle. Okay, so we might have the product of. Product means multiplication. We might have times. We might have multiple of. We might have, for example, like twice. So twice a number x equals something, right? That's 2 times x. The product of x and 7 is, right, 3 times a number c, etc., etc. So that's multiplication. We got addition, subtraction, multiplication. Let's talk about division. Okay, division, the word quotient means division. Ratio, remember a ratio is one number divided by another, essentially. So that's division. Per, like percent, we've talked about. Percent per 100, per. And then obviously divided by. Okay. The ratio of a number x to 2 equals x over 2 equals. The quotient of 6 and the number b is 4. 6 over b equals 4, so on and so forth. Okay, let's talk about equals. Pretty simple. This might be is, are, were, will be. It's a little bit like an English lesson, but you know. X increased by 7 is 18. The multiple of b and 4 will be 64, something like that, right? And then finally we've got parentheses. Finally we've got this parentheses down here, and this means times the sum or difference of. Okay? So we might say 4 times the sum of x and 7 is 8. That means 4 parentheses x plus 7 equals 8. Okay, so these are just words that we might use to represent what's going on in a given function. So let's just practice this, okay? So that was all building up to this, which is where we're actually going to practice doing what we just said. So if we look at this example right here, it says writing functions. Let me just get it centered, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what's going on. And let's do a little zooming. There we go. Okay, so this says, has instructions, write a function rule that represents each situation. Write a function rule that represents each situation. So let's look at example 1. Example 1 says the total cost, C, for P pounds of gold if each pound of gold costs $8.29. Okay, so we're trying to find the total cost C. Okay, so C equals, well, what does it equal? It equals P pounds if each pound of gold costs $8.29. So that's going to be $8.29 times P. Okay, sorry, it's a little bit hard to see, but that's $8.29 times P. Because really this is $8.29 per pound, and this is going to be P pounds, right? So the total cost, C, is going to equal $8.29. I hope you can see that, times P. Let me make it a little bit clearer. Okay, so that's a simple one. That's a really simple one. Let's look at example 2. Example 2 says y is 9 less than the product of 12 and x. So y is, remember, is equals, y equals 9 less than, so we're going to subtract 9, the product, which is multiplication of 12 and x. So we've got 12 times x minus 9. Y equals 12x minus 9. Example 3, m is 15 more than a third of q. So m is equals 15 more is plus 15 than a third of q. So a third of q plus 15. See, it's pretty easy, flows pretty naturally, right? Example 4, the price of Menchie's is $4.25 plus $1.25 for each ounce of toppings. Okay, each ounce of toppings. Well, the price, for total price, let's use a capital M for Menchie's. Okay, so the price M is equals $4.25 plus $1.25 for each ounce. So let's say 1.25x, where x is the number of ounces of toppings. Okay, so we have 425 plus 125x times x equals total price M. Finally, n is 5 less than 4/7 of a number p. Whoa, n equals 5 less than, that's minus 5, 4/7 of a number p. So 4/7 p minus 5. So pretty simple. That's how we would use information we're giving in words to write functions that we can then manipulate. Great. Hope that makes sense, and we'll see you next time.